Well, joining me now is Republican Congressman from Georgia, Barry Loudermilk is here. Congressman, good to have you on the program.
Grant, it's good to be with you. Thank you for the excellent coverage you're giving this. My friend Brian Bast is exactly right. We are just inundated with lies from this administration. They're inept. They cannot see the truth if it was in front of them, and if it was there, they would tell you it isn't truth.
What do you make of these 90 generals and admirals coming out with this scathing letter? Will it make any difference for Milley and the rest of the leaders there that were at fault?
I really don't. I don't think so. I think that they realize that there is an accountability. I mean, when I served in the military, it was pretty standard practice that if you suffered a loss like we have here because of bad command decisions, whether they come from the White House or anywhere, it was pretty much standard. You offered your resignation when you have this type of defeat. And we have been defeated because we took on an operation that I consider tuck, tail, and run. We quit a war. We didn't win the war. We quit the war. We walked away from the war. And the Taliban's still going to continue the war on. ISIS is going to continue. So is Al-Qaeda. They're going to continue this war against America, no doubt about it. And we just walked away from it.
Yeah, and I think it really is naive of them to think that this war is somehow over. They're just gearing up, is the sad reality of what's happening. I grew up in a time in America where I never thought I'd see America leave Americans behind enemy lines. I want you to listen to Kirby, the spokesperson for the Pentagon, talk about the Americans left behind here. Take a listen.
That look like? How does diplomacy get those people out of the Taliban-controlled Afghanistan?
It's not completely unlike the way we do it elsewhere around the world. I mean, we have Americans that get stranded in countries all the time, and we do everything we can to try to facilitate safe passage. And we have made it very clear what our expectations are to the Taliban.
Congressman, Americans stranded all the time? What is he talking about?
I don't know, but we were just told a week ago that they weren't stranded. We weren't supposed to use the word stranded. Then they turn around and use stranded. Look, this is absolutely amazing. I am infuriated by what's going on. I can't explain how disgusted I feel over what has transpired. Oh, we're supposed to celebrate that we left 10% of the Americans in the country to be assassinated by the Taliban. Look, there is no diplomacy with a terrorist organization, and there's no doubt about it. Taliban is a terrorist organization. It is listed as a terrorist organization according to United States law, but yet we're going to negotiate with them. We don't have leverage with them. They don't care about our money. They don't care about being recognized as a government. They have all the leverage. They have American citizens that they can hold hostage. They hold all the leverage, not us. And for the administration to claim victory, this is, Grant, let me tell you, they treat you and I and the American people like we are the problem. We should just trust everything the government says. We've seen it from the election. You better not question the election. We said it was the best election ever, so therefore it is. You better not ask questions about Afghanistan. We said it was a success. You better not question it. And yes, the State Department has been obstructionist in all this. I've been working with David Barton and Glenn Beck and other organizations. And every time we try to move somebody, the State Department will call that nation and tell them to not accept these people. It's like if they're going to fail, they don't want anybody else to succeed, because that would just exasperate their failure.
The last couple nights, Congressman, we've been laying that case out about the State Department literally sabotaging the evacuation of Americans and our allies there. I hope that demands a congressional investigation of some kind. I'll give you the last word real quick, if you can, 10 seconds or so.
Well, that's going to be part of the problem, is that to have a nonpartisan investigation. It won't happen with Nancy Pelosi. She is going to have to go as Speaker before we get to the truth and hold anybody accountable.
Isn't that true? Well, if there's any motivation for 2022, that would certainly be it. Congressman Loudermilk, always good to see you. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Grant.